Welcome back to Skyrim for Seniors. We're still hip deep in Aflan. Now, in the between this episode and the last one, I did a tremendous amount of miscellaneous inventory management. In fact, I even did a complete trip through a retrip, if you will, a retread. I went back through the section of Aflan we've already covered, picking up all the miscellaneous stuff that I didn't pick up the last time through. And now we're ready to continue through the part of Aflan we haven't been through yet. And what I just did is one of the things that maybe you've thought of doing, but have never done because it seems too boring. I went ahead and just picked up every single item that there was to pick up, allowing myself to get completely overloaded. Which meant that I was slow walking a good deal of the time. But what real difference does that make? I'm not a school kid. I've got no schedule to keep. In fact, it's now morning. It's actually about 9 o'clock in the morning right now. I've been up for a number of hours. Time is not a problem for me, as it's not for most senior citizens. Now, I recognize that it is if you're married. If you're married, you still have those sort of commitments. Um, my wife died, uh, 11 years as of this past August 8th. It was 11 years. And it's now August 22nd or 3rd or 4th, something like that. I don't keep up with the dates anymore, don't really care. But it's just past 11 years. She died August 8th, 2004. She was diagnosed with ALS. That's Lou Gehrig's disease. the first symptoms actually showed up in the late 90s, and she was diagnosed in January of 2000. And died August 8th of 2004. There's the other one. Okay, what's that? Oh, it's what, a spider? Well, at least it's not a charis. Let's go kill it before it comes and poisons me. There it is. At any rate, I got into that, didn't mean to. That was just to say that I don't have the same commitments that a person who still has a wife or a husband has. That changes things, of course. But when you're in your late 60s, I'm 68, be 69 in October. Elven boots of major stamina. Skeever tail. Well, they cut off their tails and just leave them laying around in the hooches. I'm glad not to be running into the charis. I don't care for the charis at all. They're nasty pieces of work. In earlier games, back in 2011 and 12, when I was first playing Skyrim, I died a number of times at the hands of this charis. So I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Don't care for them one little bit. Potion of light feet. I don't really know what a potion of light feet might do. It sounds funny. Sound like Flip Wilson, you know, who used to say, "Feet don't fail me now." Flip Wilson on the old Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In was He was funny, but he was also a true scholar. He was a deep thinker. He had a lot to say, but he said it through his humor, so I think a lot of people missed the fact that he had a lot of important things to say. For example, he said he had that thing where he said, "The devil made me do it." And everybody laughed. But he was making a very important point. And this was back in the 70s, I believe, is when Laugh-In was on. It may have been the late 60s. I think it was the 70s. Iron armor. I'm not carrying around somebody's iron armor, for heaven's sakes. But his point was, oh, clunk, clunk, clunk. Key to Aflan lift. I guess I should take that. There's another one over here. Let's see if there's a chest in the same place on the other side. But Flip Wilson's point about the devil made me do it was that society, and this was, as I said, back in the 70s, our society was getting to the point where we were blaming everybody but ourselves. And boy, was he right, because we have continued.
Sulla, let's just get out of here. Hasn't there been enough death?
Of course you want me to leave. Just waiting for me to turn my back, so you can have all the glory for yourself. Huh?
Give up while you still can.
That's all you got? The best you can do.
Okay, you two. Charge of the Blooded. Oh, I looked that word up, because I thought maybe that was a made-up word, but lo and behold, it's not. It's an old word, as it turns out. And it means exactly what it's used for. It's originally French. and it means light shield. It means a light shield. It's archaic. It's no longer used. It's Old English. And comes from the French. And Old English is really old. Old English. Well, Chaucer, if any of you have ever actually tried to read Chaucer, which is barely understandable. Chaucer is not Old English. Chaucer's not even Middle English. Now this is Blackreach. And if you're watching, you along with me, there is a lot to do in Blackreach. And I'm going to do largely none of it. I'm here to get an Elder Scroll, and I'm going to go as directly to get the Elder Scroll as possible, with a couple of notable exceptions. Elevators being the exception. This is a great lift at Aflan. Notice that it even shows up on the map as the Great Lift at Aflan. It's a direct route to Blackreach, and it's on the map. So now I can go directly to Blackreach without having to go through Aflan. You may have heard in the background over the racket that Dwemer machinery was making a Nernroot. Down here we'll be able to hear it a little clearer. Okay, we have to be a little more quiet because there's a flying Charis. Can you hear it now? Flying Charis is up there ahead of us. It's right there. There's a want to get these guys involved. All right. We've killed 2 farmer. Let's see if the rest of them will calm down. These are the Crimson Nirnroot. If you pick one of them, you start a quest. Which I have no desire to start. Okay, so I'm going to try to pick this guy off here. I don't think I can sneak past him. But maybe I can, since he just disappeared back there, which means he maybe... Okay, there, now he's dead. Now I can sneak past him. Okay, there we go. And I think I've forgotten what I was talking about. All the excitement over the... They don't appear to be here. They're usually a couple of Charis over there. Although it's fine with me if they're not here. Okay, we'll just go past them. It's fine with me. All right. I think the yellow brick road aspect of this thing is some designer's idea of a joke, I think. This is the Great Lift at Rolbathar. This is Rolbathar, which we've been to before, if you'll remember. And this is the Great Lift at Rolbathar. No doubt beginning to realize Blackreach is huge, and it's all underground. It's all a big cavern. is one big cave. I just got turned around, didn't I? There we go. Now I'm found again. That thing works, by the way. If you go up and turn that lever to its right, it comes clanking out of there and will try to kill you. That's Tower Mazark there. We'll come back to it. great lift at Mazincha left. Yep, there's 3 of those things. There are 3 great dwarven ruins perched above Blackreach. Each one has its own entrance. Aflan, Ralbathar, and Mazinchalev. Each one has a great lift. Now, down here in Blackreach itself, there are large numbers of ore veins. Like this. And then, well, this is not an ore vein, this is called a geode vein. Geode veins hold gems and what do you call them? Soul gems. And geode veins are really cool. It's the only place you find them, except there's someplace else where you find them. I've forgotten where it is, but they're pretty rare except down here, and down here there's a lot of them. But there's ore veins and geode veins, and then you got those crimson nernroots. And there are a bunch of buildings. There's a lot of things to see, a lot of things to find. There's just a tremendous number of stuff to investigate down here. Obviously, I'm ignoring all of it because when you're a collector and an investigator such as I am, you can literally spend hours down here in Blackreach. You can spend just hours and hours and hours in Blackreach. And that's not what I want to do. I want to come down here, I want to get this Elder Scroll, and I want to move forward. So I need to put the lexicon here, and I'll try to make this thing work. now I have 2 Elder Scrolls. Okay, so we're ready to go to Dexion with our Elder Scrolls. So that'll be where we'll start next time.